guys, my name is Imagine Gamer, and welcome to my first movie review. Before we start, I want to apologize for not releasing a video last week. I decided not to release a video because I wanted to work on this. I knew that this would probably take a while to make an edit, so I decided to focus solely on this. I knew that if my focus was somewhere else while doing this, then my creativity would suffer. So I apologize for not releasing a video, but in my eyes, it was worth it. And now without further ado, I will be reviewing the live-action adaptation for the anime Bleach. I even wrote a script because I wanted to make sure that I covered everything that I wanted to cover. Now, if you don't know about Bleach, then here's a simple explanation. Set in the fictional town of Karakura Town, we see Ichigo Kurosaki. He's your average teenage guy with a couple of notable exceptions. First is his bright orange hair, which led to him being bullied a little bit in his childhood. And second is the fact that he has the ability to see ghosts. Ever since Ichigo was a kid, he's had the ability to see ghosts. One day at 7 years old, while walking in the rain with his mother, he saw what looked like a little girl standing by a river. The river started to flood, and Ichigo believed the little girl was going to fall in, so he ran to her in an attempt to save her. Ichigo's mother had no idea why he was running toward the river, so she ran after him, trying to save him. The little girl turned out to be a hollow named Grand Fisher. Hollows are a race of creatures who do not cross over to the Soul Society after death for various reasons. Grand Fisher then killed Ichigo's mother as she protected him. Cut to 8 years later, Ichigo is 15 and in high school. One night, a mysterious girl comes into his room. This girl is Rukia Kuchiki, a Soul Reaper. Soul Reapers are tasked with purifying hollows who do evil in the world of the living, and ensuring the safe crossing of good souls or holes into the Soul Society. Rukia is in Karakura Town hunting a hollow named Fishbone D, who is sensing Ichigo's high spiritual pressure and trying to eat him and absorb it. The hollow goes to Ichigo's home and attacks his little sister, Karin Kurosaki. Rukia rushes out and attacks Fishbone D while Ichigo gets Karin out of the way. Fishbone D attempts to attack Ichigo, but Rukia jumps in and protects him, cutting the hollow's face, but Rukia is injured and unable to fight any longer. Rukia then tells Ichigo that the only way he can beat the hollow is to temporarily become a Soul Reaper. The only way to do this is for him to take her Zanpakuto and run it through the center of his being, so that she can pour her powers into him. Ichigo does this, and a blinding flash of light appears. The hollow's arm is then cut off, and when the light disappears, we see Ichigo behind the hollow holding a massive Zanpakuto. Ichigo then destroys Fishbone D. Now, this is where I would stop explaining Bleach, because if I continued, this video might be an hour long, and no one wants to sit through an hour of me explaining all of Bleach. Now, we arrive at the movie. The live-action adaptation of Bleach was released on July 20th, 2018 in Japan, and July 28th, 2018 in the US. Unlike some live-action adaptations of anime, Death Note, Bleach actually stayed mostly true to the anime with some minor changes. I'm going to start with the things that I didn't really like about it, since that's a much shorter list. First off, Ichigo's little sister, Yuzu. In the anime, Yuzu is a little girl with blonde hair, while in the movie, she and Karin are identical twins. Both are little girls with black hair. It's a minor change and it didn't really bother me much, but I felt like I should at least just point it out. Secondly, we have Renji Awarai and Byakuya Kuchiki. In the movie, I felt like they both looked more feminine than they should. Once again, it's a minor thing that didn't really bother me. I also felt like they changed Renji's character a little bit. For example, in the anime, Renji did everything he could to prevent Rukia's execution, but in the movie, he was prepared to kill Rukia himself. Third, we have my least favorite part. They made it seem like Uryu Ishida died. I actually just really want to point out that this is more of me just being mad that they almost killed Uryu. Uryu is my favorite character in the series, and you should not take this part seriously at all. So, that's a warning. There was also the major change they made to the story halfway through the movie and during the ending. In the anime, Renji and Byakuya go to the world of the living to capture Rukia, but Ichigo shows up and tries to fight them both and is almost killed by Byakuya. In the movie, Byakuya ordered Rukia to get her Soul Reaper powers back from Ichigo, or she'd be executed. Ichigo then showed up and made a deal with Byakuya. He said that if he was able to defeat Grand Fisher, then Byakuya would free Rukia. Then, when Ichigo and his family go visit his mother's grave on the anniversary of her death, Grand Fisher appears and attacks Yuzu and Karin. Ichigo then fights Grand Fisher and, with the help of Uryu, defeats him. Then, Renji and Byakuya show up and Uryu is stabbed by Renji. Ichigo then fights Renji and breaks his Zanpakuto. Byakuya then orders Renji to stop. Ichigo attempts to fight Byakuya but fails and is almost killed by him, before Rukia steps in and stops Byakuya. Rukia then tells Ichigo to return her Soul Reaper powers to her. She then thrusts his Zanpakuto into her chest, and her powers are returned to her. Ichigo then loses all of his memories about Rukia and what happened, as does everyone who saw her. This is the biggest change that was made, and it didn't actually ruin the movie. So that was my list of things I didn't like, or things that kind of bothered me. So now it's time for the good things. Firstly, I was amazed by the fact that in the English dub of the movie, they even got the original voice actors of Ichigo and Uryu to voice their respective characters. Secondly, I like that they kept most of the important characters from the anime, including Tatsuki, Chad, Orihime, and Urahara. Although I am kind of disappointed that they didn't include Come. But that's another matter. Thirdly, I love the CGI on the hollows. They looked almost exactly the same as they did in the anime. And the CGI on Uryu's bow and arrows was amazing too. And finally, I liked that they left the possibility of a sequel open. At the end of the movie, Ichigo looks in his class textbook and sees a note that Rukia had left earlier, telling him not to make a scene in front of everyone. When he sees it, there is recognition in his face, showing that he most likely knows that it was Rukia that left it. In all, I really enjoyed the movie. It was an amazing adaptation of the story of Bleach, and it's definitely one of the few good live-action anime adaptations. I really hope that they decide to make a sequel based on the Soul Society arc, since they have the potential to make something just as amazing as the first movie was. But now, this is where I'm going to end this video. I really enjoyed making this, and I hope you guys like it as well. If you guys want another movie review, give me some good suggestions of movies so I can watch and maybe review them. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button as hard as you can, turn on notifications, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.
Go.